Okay, now we have our data set here. I have the table name called, let me show you the table names. I'm calling it production plan, shortened form is PP. Now I have set my data set up, and now I just need to create my macro. I have already created macro code, and I'll be showing you and what are these code lines say, and I'll paste a link to download the macro code for your reference, and you may be able to play with it. Once I explain the code, you can download it and paste it in your one of your sheets and try to create your own VBA macro codes and get a beginning to a VBA macros. And if you have any clarification, if you need any support or assistance, just mention it in the comments, or maybe you can ask me directly through emails. And let's go into the code first. So let me show you. I'm going into developer. Here we have Visual Basic Code, and for the moment I'll be moving into cut plan, and we are coming here. Right now I have these modules. I have only one module. In that only I have saved my VBA code. It's a small code, but does the job. Right now, let me show what is in there. Now, if you look at this one, let me show you the VBA code. You just come up here and run the VBA code, and you will get your data inserted here. See, based on the holidays, it will get inserted. Right now, let me explain the code, and it will give you an idea how this code works. So here we come. First, I think if you have certain idea about VBA macros, it will start with sub and n sub. Right now, within that code, here is my macros name. Right, it says add-on. It says add non-embellishment schedules. All right, first I have declared my data types. Right, first I have declared my data types. First one is the ranges. We have defined three ranges here. First one is date column range, schedule range, then embellishment range. Right, then there is another one called text. We call it DT. And then there is another declaration called find cell 1, find cell 2 as again range. And there is three integer variables defined as integers, and then there is two others else we have defined as range. Okay, first of all, what we are going to do is, first we are going to clear all the filters. I am going into production plan. Here, if there are any filters applied here, the first line will clear all the filters. All right, secondly, if there are no filters, it will proceed to next level, because there will be an error shootout, and based on that error it will go into next step. So that's how we used error as a step in the Microsoft VBA. Now the second part, I'm going to open up my cut plan here. By activating cut plan, we will move into that sheet and defining my ranges. First range, date column range. So this says fifth cell to, it is starting from fifth row to 29th column, and again fifth row to end of the columns. Now what is that? If we go here, so this is my range. You can see that has been highlighted because you can see up to the end, this is that range. All right, now we have defined our date column range. Now we know it. Then the secondly, schedule range. Now again, first one is row, second one is column, again till the end. Okay, there is another column called embellishment range. Again, column row name, and then the column name, column number to the end. Let's look at it. What are these? Right now, this is the schedule value. So this is the range that I want to mark it as schedule range. And then there is another one called embellishment range. I'm going to clear all these data based on this one. And so these are the two columns, three ranges that I need, right? So I have defined three ranges, and then I'm coming into this next step. In that, I am going to clear all these non-embellishment data, because in these plans we may find embellishment related data and the non-embellishment related data. If there is a embellishment related data, you can't say I am going to have 2 days of offset, because they might require additional 2 to 3 days, because you can't define it as 2 days. It might be 3 to 4 to different dates. So I am going to clear that up. Therefore, first one is I am coming in to cut plan, activate the cut plan, and I am going to use that for each loop. Right now, for each loop, here to here, see the highlighted area. First, what I am going to do is I am going to define my E. All right, each, you can see each cell in this area, this cell, and I am going to define that range. This is the table name and my embellishment range. All right, you can see the table name is CP cut plan. Here you can see table name is CP and the range is this one. Okay, now first one we have defined D as 0, because I want to zero my value before I go into the calculation. If there is an error, it will move to next step automatically. All right, let's say if you can't find a D value, once we filter it, it will move automatically to the next step that is there. Right, first it will start looking for a E. First cell, it comes here, whether it equals to no ops, it will come here and see it has no ops. Now first it has found no ops, and then it will execute the step. Right now it is true, and then it will start assign E row to D and start clearing everything starting from row number D and then column number 29, row number D until the end. You can see it here. You can see it start from here to end of the table. It will clear out, right? And then once it is completed, you will assign a row to E here, and then it will go down to the next cell. That means it will come to next cell. Likewise, until the end of this full range, it will do the same. Once it is cleared, now we are all cleared to move to next level, right? Now it is coming back to production plan. We have seen PP is the table name, schedule value is the value it is going to get loaded. And as we see earlier, dt means the string. You will be able to see once we run one round, and let's look at it. Now I am coming into ppln. If I come here, it starts loading this one and find out the respective date. See what has happened. Now it has been loaded, and after that, once they loaded from the schedule value, there are 14 columns to date value from the schedule. That means this range, let me show you what, from this one to schedule value to date column, we have 14 rows in between. So it shows, that means from here to here we have 14 rows. So that's what it mentioned, and it will get loaded date as this. Okay, then again it goes back to cut plan data. Again, before we start, we will set up our two variables a and b to 0 and then move on here. And again this one as well, we show as earlier, we have made it based on error. So I am setting my find my cell value 1 to date column range, and I am going to search using that find. I am going to search this value, and I am going to make B as my find cell 1 column. All right, I am going to find dt here. Then secondly, I am coming into find cell 2, and I am going to find that schedule and assign that row to this one. All right, and then once we have find those two values, I am going to make that value, that means schedule to 12 rows far, we have this quantity value. Let me show you this one. From here to quantity value, we will get here. All right, see 12 columns, and it will jump onto next cell. That means it will start run the iteration from second cell. Likewise, it will go down here until it finishes everything and write everything here. If you are interested in these type of content, do follow us, give your feedback. We are happy to uh, take it and improve ourselves in the future as well. Thank you. Bye bye.